Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk. We got a hybrid sniper back on this episode of World of Tanks in his Tier 8 FV202 British Tier 8 Premium Medium Tank. And looks like he is going to be aggressive pushing up in here. Finds the Centurion 1, kind of the counterpart, really. This is the tech tree sort of version of the tank right here. More or less the same kind of tank. One's a premium, one's a tech tree, and he's going to back off right here. He sent me this replay and had an interesting comment. He said, you know, it's interesting this game how relatively easy it is to get experience if you just get up there and start playing the game, right? You see people and they say, well, how do I get better? How do I get more experience? How do I make more credits? And the real answer is shoot your gun. I mean, you have to shoot the gun. That's where all the credits, that's where the experience. You have to be forward, you have to be shooting your gun. You also gather experience by being closer when you shoot the gun. You also gather experience and damage by obviously penning and doing damage, and by assist. And all of that stuff is most reliably done forward or forward enough that you get shots. And we just see time and time again people complaining about the game, about how they don't win, they don't get experience, they don't get the credits, it's unfair, all this stuff. And invariably they are people who are back where the Progetto is, or where the M449 is, or where the Centurion 1 is, or where the Scorpion G is. So good spot as far as a position goes, but there's nothing going on back there. There's nothing going on back there. We got Hybrid up here. He's fighting a good portion of the enemy team with only himself, a prototype, and a T-44. That's it. That's the only guys who are over here. And the Batchat 12T. And the type, the Progetto, whatever else is over there, the EBR, they're all futzing around with an EBR, even 90. And it is 3 minutes into the game. There you go, guys. You got him. Good job. And it really took the EBR flailing through there and killing him. And they lost a Pantera in the mix. So, I mean, it's really not that hard, folks. It really isn't. It's a simple game. You press W, you go somewhere smart that's forward enough that you're not overexposed, with enough friends that you don't get rolled up, and you start shooting the gun. Right? You point the gun, you shoot the gun. And then the skill comes in, making sure that you can hit what you're shooting, making sure that if you face something that has strong armor, that you understand the weak points, or that you can outmaneuver it or flank it, all those other things. But the bottom line is, if you're going to have a lot of experience, if you're going to make a lot of experience, make a lot of damage, make a lot of credits, you're going to have to click the left mouse button sometime. And it probably has to be a lot. Right? Oh, we're going in the water. Well, that's a fast way to not make experience and damage, drowning yourself. So I don't know if he had a little lag right there, or maybe he was just going for a shot. I don't know. He lost his mind. So he's got a Progetto of 44, and what's also interesting about this game is people who don't understand the overmatch. So for the enemy team, if I was to give them advice, I'd say something to the effect of, "What are you doing?" There was 2 or 3 of them right there. That was it. And had that entire crowd just driven up and around and piled on these guys. This little push over here would have 3 or 4 dead tanks, and it would be a much more even game right now. A much more even game. So we're looking at some nice work by Hybrid. He's just kind of coming in here and using the strength of his tank, shooting. If I had one complaint, I'd say you're wasting a little bit of time because you're getting reloaded and you're backing up just a little further than I would. So back to you have to be shooting your gun. So right here, there you go. Time it. There you go. Just as soon as you're reloaded, you go in. You ate a shot for that. Maybe overexposing yourself too, just a little bit. Here we go. Oh, and we're gonna go after the Progetto. I don't know. Was he the most dangerous tank there? Maybe. At this point in the game, probably best to take his gun out. Right there. Get a shot into this guy. Nicely done. Oh, no side armor. Don't give him the side. Dude is shooting away at the prototype. Uh-oh. ISU. Big kid. Oh, my goodness. What's he shooting at your buddy? He might have been shooting at your buddy. Holy cow. He's going to reload, so you need to get in there and get rid of this dude. Yikes. Alright, so right here, this is just learning how to fight 2 tanks. As that guy backed out, and even as he wasn't backing out, I saw him here. He has a shot on you. I'd have charged forward and accepted the hit from the T-44 to get rid of him. But move up here towards these as cover and then try to get low where this dude can't hit you. Let's see if he actually gets a piece of you. See, backing up is not helping you, and backing up and getting higher on the train is certainly not helping you. Holy cow, there's a Centurion there. Oh, there he is. He's looking. Oh, he's looking at you. And he went after the prototype. Batchat 12T pushing in. Now, the counter argument there is you may have realized, and I did not when I was saying that the Centurion was still up there. So potentially pushing in wouldn't have helped you, but your friendlies are now coming in to help. So I think you really exposed yourself to that guy a lot more than you wanted to. Ooh, man, somebody got him just as he was about to pickle on you. Here we go. Oh, he missed. Good deal. Here's another little thing about making credits, not necessarily experience. And there's a counter argument to it, but he hasn't really shot any of his APCR. He's had plenty of pen to deal with what he's been playing against. That is only going to help him end game. The counter argument is, well, if you shoot a bunch and bounce everything, then that's worse than shooting gold and penning and getting some damage. So there's two pieces to that puzzle, or two sides to that coin. The worst case, obviously, is shooting gold and bouncing it, because it costs the most and you're not making any credit. Somebody just shot into there. Obviously see the IS-3, the defender's pushing in. A hybrid is a one-shot, so he's got to be careful. Oh boy, oh, he bounced the C-130. The Lorraine got a piece of him. He dives down low, avoids the second shot. If you're going to do something like that hybrid, come up and over in an exposed situation. Instead of just driving down the tracks, I'd have come up and over and straight down into the pit right here. That's just thinking about follow-on moves and where the exposure is going to come from. You probably figured you were going to get spotted, so I'd have been more interested in getting down in this hole much faster. I think you can move right up. I don't think that C-130 would have saw you right there. Possible, but I don't think so. Get up there and look for hits, man. This is now the situation where there's only two tanks, and so what if they kill you? Get up and try to find the damage. I think it's going to find you, though. Especially if you expose yourself out in the open right there. Use those bushes. Go right. Go right. Use the bushes. Looks like hybrid just waiting for somebody else to do the lighting. There's a shot coming in right there from somebody. This always interests me right here when you have a situation where there's this many tanks alive on your team and a couple of them with good hit points and good armor, and they just all sit around waiting for somebody else to do something. That is a fascinating thing to me in this game. It shows a real lack of SA, and frankly, it's related to exactly what I was just talking about, right? To make experience and credits, you need to shoot your gun. One of your resources is your hit points. You are not going to lose this game. Very highly unlikely, but there's lots of hit points to go get, so just go get them, especially if you've got the hit points to give. Take a hit. If you're the guy moving in, they shoot you and you light them, now you've got assist damage added on top of everything that you're doing. Lorraine goes down finally. 3,000 damage, nicely done. 2,830, 1,104 assist for a combined 4,000 damage and about a 1,200 base experience. So you might look at that and go, you know, 3,000 is pretty good. He wasn't, you know, he didn't get a top gun or 10 kills or anything like that. But he was at the top of the list, a ton of experience, a lot of good credits made, especially since it's a premium tank right there. And all because he pressed W, got forward, and started shooting. Really, folks, it just really isn't that hard, the general concept of it. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hope you learned something here. If you did, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we will see you.